Hey everybody, welcome back to Chicago Reacts. My name is Michael. I'm an actor here in the city of Chicago, and I'm joined by the ever brilliant, the always talented, that cozy, good-looking fella that's sitting next to me.
Zach is also an actor here in the city of Chicago. Guys, welcome back to the channel. We are back with Technoblade today.
Woo! Yes, it is Technoblade. I almost became an amputee by Technoblade.
Yeah. First video of this current React session, so... normally we get techno towards the end, actually, so it's kind of nice to get
starting right with
some techno.
I like how in the intro, just because I was thinking about it and can't stop, that you said Zach, also an actor here in the city of Chicago, which made it sound like the third person. And I like that you introduced yourself in the third person.
That's how it always is. You know?
Zach, also an actor here in the city of Chicago. He's handsome and good looking and talented. And ever brilliant. Anyway, that's enough tangent from me.
Well, last thing we'll say, join us on Twitch, Chicago Plays.
Yeah.
Michael and I actually live stream today. We're on every Monday, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. So come join us there. Give us a follow. Give us a sub. We'll celebrate you and we'll have some fun.
We're going to have fun. Hey, we played TF2 today.
A little bit.
And we know you've been loving those TF2 videos. So go check it out there.
Yeah.
Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a juicy comment in that comment section down below. And with that, let's dive in with Technoblade, shall we?
Almost became an amputee.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
It's another episode of Skywars. We're using some old footage. It's because I actually have to edit this video with one arm, which is a bit of a spoiler for the rest of the video, but we'll get into that later. First, I just want to say that last year, Tommy and I had 4 million subscribers, and I confidently told him, bro, 2021, we're both hitting 10 million subscribers, and now it's the last week of December, and I'm at 9.6 million, a loser, okay? But we can still make it. We can still make it to 10 mil this year. Hit the subscribe button, please. Please, one last push. So you guys know I've been going through chemo and radiation therapy, and this has all been in preparation for a surgery to actually remove the tumor. And so in early October, I'm talking to my surgeon, and he's not coming out and saying this 100%, but the vibe I'm getting is that he thinks it's going to be necessary to amputate my right arm to actually get the cancer. And so, you know, I'm preparing for this like anybody would. I got a Google Doc open. I'm writing down all the jokes I'll be able to tell when I have one arm, like, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. So anyways, 2 weeks later, my doctors get together and they're like, you know, that tumor's got a real nice blood supply. What if we did a little trolling? And so they did a procedure called an embolization, where they actually physically like went through my blood vessels and sealed off 80% of the blood flow to the tumor. And I gotta say, it was not a big fan of this development. It was extremely trolled, which, as it turns out,
I just gotta say right off the bat, like this is great to like to know that Techno is such a trooper on Minecraft, but the real life overlap is, it takes so much courage to fight something like that and still hold true to yourself, your humor, your audience. And this, like, Techno, man, I was not aware of this. I don't think Michael was either.
No, not at all.
So we are sorry that life dealt you these cards. And what were you gonna say? Oh,
I thought we applaud. I thought you were gonna say like we applaud you for like your character, and like, I mean, to me, if you're dealing with like obviously something serious like that, like an illness, and still taking the time to put out content and do that would be difficult, but Techno's still out here doing it. So, but I felt bad because I was starting to applaud, because I thought you said we applaud you for that, and then you were like, what you said was not.
We are
not aligned with that.
Sorry for the cards. Yeah. So. But as someone that has had a lot of similar situations happen in my family, especially as of late, I feel for you, and it makes me respect you and your content all the more. And kudos to you, and kudos to your doctors too for fighting the good fight. So
wishing you the best, Technoblade, and still enjoying every second of your videos. So
It's unbelievably painful. So that's why I didn't make content in October. But I gotta say, it worked out pretty well. So a week later, I go to meet up with my oncologist who pokes my tumor a bit and goes, "Wow, treatment is going fantastic. This is amazing. Oh, your arm? Don't even worry about your arm, bro. Your arm's gonna be fine." And I'm like, oh, so this is pretty nice, you know? Having two arms is pretty convenient. I'd like to continue this trend. And so 3 days later, I have an appointment with my radiation therapist who tells me, oh, yes, I actually just had a meeting with your surgeon, and we've been going over the post-embolization scan, and we've determined that the cells dying off have caused the tumor to swell dangerously, and we need to cancel all treatment and amputate your right arm next week, and it might be too late. And I'm like, I thought things were good. And then my surgeon calls mid-appointment and has me schedule an appointment so that my family and I can make, and I'm quoting directly, a difficult decision. At this point, I'm sitting here like, goodbye, right arm. We've had a good 22 years. We've won a lot of Minecraft tournaments, but you did mess up mitosis. You've got no one to blame but yourself. Take some responsibility. Fast forward a few days, I'm sitting there in the waiting room with my mom, waiting to meet with a surgeon, and the receptionist has handed me a form to fill out information like, oh, have you had any past surgeries before? Which I really hope they would already know about, but, you know, it's probably a worthwhile redundancy to have. But I don't remember all the exact dates I had them on, so I pull out my phone to look it up, and when I pull out my phone, I see, oh, hey, I have a new procedure scheduled on November 8th, and it's called arm amputation. Hey, I think I know how this meeting's gonna go. I just found it so funny, though, because, like, why would they call the procedure arm amputation? Like you're gonna get the tumor as well, right? Like, isn't that the important thing? Like, I'm gonna wake up on the operating room table, and I'm gonna like push myself up with my one arm, and I'm gonna be like, Doc, did you get the cancer? And he's gonna be like, you have cancer? Wow, that's crazy. You should see a doctor about that. I showed the schedule to my mom, but for some reason she didn't find it as funny as I did. So at this point, I've completely given up on keeping both of my arms, and I'm just hoping I can get an amputation, because they were saying it might be too late, and that just sounded a little ominous to me. So we get called in to meet with the surgeon, and he says there's 2 different operations we could have, and he's reasonably confident he could do either of them successfully. And so our first option is to have a limb salvage procedure, where they remove a couple muscles, a bit of bone, but they get the tumor out, and you basically keep your whole arm. Or the second option, we could just do a 4-quarter amputation. So my mom asks, if this was your child, what would you do? And he says, yeah, I'd probably keep the arm. And I'm like, would amputating increase my survival odds compared to the other one? And he goes, no, not really. Well, then why would anyone do that? Why was this presented as an option? So yeah, we decided to do the first one, and he turns to his computer and goes, all right, and according to the scan here, the situation seems pretty safe right now, so we can go ahead and postpone the procedure another 10 days to give your body time to heal from radiation. And I'm like, according to the scan? Bro, that's the same scan you guys had last week. That's the same picture you looked at a few days ago and had me thinking I was on death's doorstep. Whatever, so a week goes by and I'm meeting with my surgeon again, and he's showing me the scan and explaining that this is my brachial plexus, and it basically contains all the nerves that allows my right arm to function, and here's the cancer right next to it. And as you can see, there's a tiny white line between them, maybe 2 millimeters wide or something, and that tiny white line means he can probably save the brachial plexus. And I'm sitting here like, my right arm's endangered. What? You're telling me if it expands even slightly, my right arm is screwed? And he's like, yeah, pretty much. Also, we have to postpone another 2 weeks because all the plastic surgeons are busy. And I'm like, And at this point, my last chemotherapy had already been canceled because they thought I'd need to do an amputation, and they can't give you chemo 3 weeks prior to a procedure. So I've already gone a month without it. And now they're sitting here like, yeah, just wait another 2.5 weeks without treatment. It'll be fine. Fortunately, later that week, we got back the results from this fancy genome sequencing we had done of the tumor, which showed I was eligible for immunotherapy, so they got me started on that. 2 weeks go by, and I finally have the surgery, no more delays, and my memory of it is basically that they wheeled me in there in the very early morning, and then I woke up the next day and proceeded to have the worst week of my life by far. So I wake up and my right arm can't move, which is pretty expected, but what's less expected for me is that my left leg can't move either and is covered in bandages. So basically, I knew that to reconstruct my shoulder after the surgery, they needed to take some muscle and skin from elsewhere on the body, but I thought they were going to take the muscle from my back, from the latissimus dorsi, and I was fine with that because ain't nobody care about the latissimus dorsi. It's like the most worthless muscle, but instead, they took it out of my quadricep. That's like my best muscle. That's what people say about Technoblade, all right? They'd be like, all right, Technoblade, he's weak, he's frail, he's a gamer, but man, does he have quads. And now there's a slice in him. I'm going to save most of the details for that post-surgery week for a later time, although one of the things I'd like to say is that they would wake me up literally every hour. I'd be like shaken awake. They'd be like, dude, wake up. You need to take your sleeping pills. But anyways, the surgery itself was a massive success. Let me tell you guys all the muscles and bones I lost because I find this interesting. So they had a full removal of my right pectoralis major, pectoralis minor, and short bicep brachii, I don't know how to pronounce that one, as well as 30% of my deltoid muscle, and in the left leg, 30% of the vastus lateralis, which is the muscle that lets you extend your leg out. But the thing is, I told you guys earlier, I have legendary quads, bro. So only having 70% of that just brings me down to like mortal levels. I'm gonna be fine. My upper body strength wasn't as legendary. I think that's kind of been steamrolled forever. I think I'm gonna have to cancel my unannounced boxing match with Floyd Mayweather. But besides that, we're good. Also, they removed my right clavicle. You know how ordinary humans have 206 bones? I have 205, and I'm not about to let people forget it. You guys still have 206 bones? And you're not embarrassed? You're telling me you guys go around every day living your lives, taking yourselves seriously when you know deep down you have 206 bones in your body? That is a ridiculous amount of bones to have. I am sorry. That is an excessive amount of bones, okay? Me, personally, I got 205 bones. Very reasonable number, but I'm just built different like that. And in exchange for all of those things, I now have 99.9% less cancer than I used to, which is pretty great. World of difference between that at 100%, but so far, everything is going according to plan. The last tiny bit is going to be, it's going to be a bit trickier, but we have a couple treatment methods which could hopefully take that out, so fingers crossed on that one. So anyways, that's where I've been the last couple months. I remember at the time I got a lot of comments asking, Technoblade, why didn't you sign up for MCC All-Stars? And I can finally say that the reason I didn't sign up was because I had an amputation scheduled 5 days earlier, so... Isn't that such a dramatic reason? People were going, Technoblade's the only one that can save us from the dream team, and I'm sitting here like, bro, I ain't even gonna have 2 arms. Relax, you gotta find someone else. My one regret is that I had to spend a week in the hospital post-surgery and then another week and a half in an assisted nursing facility to get physical therapy, and I only just got out, and it's already like the end of December, bro. I missed out on all that sweet December ad revenue. If you don't know December, that's when YouTubers make bank, bro. That's when they get paid. And I was gone for like all of it, so I gotta plug the merch. Technoblade.com. I sell hoodies and t-shirts. Consider it. See if any of the designs look interesting to you. I'm just saying, link in the description. Alright, so yeah, that's how I've been doing. I actually edited this video in a wheelchair with my right arm in a sling. I am owned right now. It was actually hilarious. My mom was like wheeling me out of a doctor's appointment and a car like paused and we weren't sure which one of us was gonna go first, and I just told my mom, dude, just go. I'm in a wheelchair and an arm sling. He's letting us go first. I've maxed out the pity factor, dude. The only way it could get worse is if I was still bald, but I've been off chemo, so my hair actually grew back. But yeah, I've maxed out the pity factor, but contrary to my physical appearance, I am vibing, bro. I'm doing good. So I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas, and I will see you guys next time, which will probably not be for a few weeks because I'm not allowed to move my right arm right now, but I will see you then. And I hope this video wasn't too heavy for you guys. Oh, actually, let me tell you, I had a separate content plan for if they actually amputated my right arm, and you want to know how I would have announced that I only had one arm? The video was going to be titled 10 million subscriber elbow reveal. I was gonna traumatize millions. Oh, that would have been the most legendary reveal of all time, bro. Oh, it's not meant to be. Oh, well. I'll see you guys next time.
All right,
Wow.
yeah. So Michael and I basically now we can say that we are paid to not watch content, because we watch it live for you guys, and I think with how much we've watched Technoblade,
Yeah.
I don't think it would be like I would not throw out the suggestion that in my real time I would be subscribed to Technoblade. So it's kind of strange to me hearing this news that was somewhat recent. I mean, this is a month ago.
I assume this video is from this year.
Yeah. I mean, he said end of December.
Yeah.
So
or last year. But
yeah. I just man, my heart goes out to you, Techno. Like it's kind of amazing. Like I've known you for the course of 70 minutes maybe worth of content of videos. Maybe a bit more because of Potato War and stuff.
I think Potato War was 70 minutes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, one of the episodes, but it's amazing already the impact that I think you've had on both Michael and I. And just kudos to you. And I'm definitely celebrating and cheersing to you for hopefully getting that last bit of cancer out too, man. That's wild stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're happy to hear that everything so far is going well. I mean, I'm sure your whole audience is so happy to hear that you're doing well. And we're glad that we've been a part of that, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, that's so cool that you have this supportive group of people. And I mean, again, just like kudos to you for still having a sense of humor.
Yeah.
And like
keeps
being yourself.
Keeps everybody
and
sane.
doing what you love.
Mostly yourself, but even your audience members. Like, it's amazing how you could approach such a subject and approach it with the same Technoblade swagger that you do everything else. And there's something to be said for that. And Michael and I, being artists ourselves, mad kudos to you for that.
Yeah.
That's hella brave. And just know that we'll be watching with you. I'm an even bigger fan now.
Yeah.
So it's always weird. You know, I have quite a bit of like personal experience and family and stuff with cancer. So it's like, it's always a sore subject. But when I feel like Techno kind of through this kind of actually taught me something about how to approach it. And it was cool.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
I mean, I feel like his sense of humor, that sort of dry, dark, satirical, it kind of just becomes how you have to address painful things like dealing with cancer at some point in a humorous way, because how else do you get through it? You know, like you have to have some brevity at some points, you know, and if it's all gloom or doom, that's really tough. So, and I'm sure him sharing his experience is helpful for other people going through.
Yeah, I think that's where he might be surprised, where his response to it might ignite that fire in other people that are currently fighting that fight. And I think he might have even underestimated the impact that even just a simple video like this, especially considering the age of his audience too, that someday people might actually remember Technoblade's fight. And that is so admirable and awesome. And I think that your impact from this video is going to be felt much longer and much stronger than you think. And I think it's going to surprise you. It's just really cool. I was really like touched by that.
Yeah.
In like a really human way.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you for tuning in. If you like the video, like the video, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel. New content every single day, and it's a good time.
Leave a comment in the comment section. Let us know, like, especially for our Technoblade fans, did you know that this was going on?
Yeah.
How did this video impact you? I'm curious to know. And we'll see you next time
on Chicago Reacts.